Hi, my name is Chen Wang and my teammate is Changpu Meng. We are from the Department of Computer Science. Our presentation topic is the data security for cloud-based manufacturing. This is the overview of our presentation. Firstly, we are going to introduce the background information of our topic, and secondly is the architecture of cloud manufacturing platform, and I'm gonna introduce to you the two parts of it. The first one is the cloud manufacturing platform, the introduction of it, and the second one is the characteristics of cloud manufacturing. The next part is the cloud manufacturing platform information security issues. I've listed 6 of the issues, and I'm gonna introduce to you later. And the next part is the research on key technology of cloud manufacturing security. My teammate will introduce to you the 7 parts of it. And the last section is the conclusion part. So let's begin.
Here is the introduction and background information of this paper. In 21st century, with the rapid development of the science and technology, driven by the emerging high-tech applications, the traditional manufacturing industry is being challenged like never before. In order to comply to the challenges of the knowledge economy and manufacturing globalization, quickly responding to market demands and improving the competitiveness of the enterprise or enterprise group has become more important goals in traditional manufacturing industry at present. In order to adapt to the pace of the current technological area and not be limited. Compared with the networked manufacturing and located and the limitations of the networked manufacturing are more obvious. Its dependent system characters limited to the development and application of networked manufacturing. Cloud manufacturing has explained the limitations of networked manufacturing, bringing the scope of the service closer to globalization and serving completely different customer groups at the same time. Compared with ASP technology, cloud manufacturing increased the intelligence of the silent and strengthens the security of information based off ASP. ASP technologies removed service ratio model prevents small and the medium-sized enterprises with a low-cost application system information software service, but it's precisely because the customers are dissatisfied with the low-level intelligence of the silence and the concerns about information security that have led to the promotion of ASP and its difficulties. But cloud manufacturing solves this series of problems. For the manufacturing grid, the manufacturing grid impresses the use the described the resources service. The manufacturing grid brings together distribution resources service to discover and optimized configurations. It will use the static resources in a centralized manner, that is, to collect the multiple distribution resources together to a service customer. that is in form of the many-to-one, although to a concerned intent, this many-to-one from better provides a service to customers, improve the survey and provide more equality service. But the same many-to-one theories has led the fatal problems such as the high cost manufacturing grease and lack to space for the commercial operations. Cloud manufacturing's innovative proposal a many-to-many service model, which brings together a large number of distribution resources for on-site management and service multiple customers, ensuring the quality of the service and improving the efficiency of the service, saving the cost and lowering the price.
For this part, I'm going to talk about the architecture of cloud, the manufacturing platform. As shown in this figure, the entire cloud manufacturing system is mainly composed of three parts. The first one is the cloud service provider, which is CSP, and the consumer is cloud service demander, which is CSD, and the cloud service operator, which is CSO. The cloud service provider will provide its corresponding manufacturing resources and capability services through the operator, and the cloud service demander makes service requests through the operator. Based on the service requests, the operator will select the best one in the information base. In this mode, the cloud manufacturing platform will try to achieve on-demand services and match the ones that best meet the requirements of consumers. In the cloud manufacturing system, as shown in this figure, there are four parts of it: the manufacturing, cloud, consumers, and providers, and operators. The last one is the service, and they are interdependent and interact with each other. The manufacturing cloud consumer is responsible for providing a new generation of knowledge, resources, and abilities to the providers to help them improve the manufacturing abilities and manufacturing resources. The providers virtualizes the complete manufacturing capabilities and resources into information data and pack them up to the manufacturing cloud service. The service will aggregate this data information, and after classification, it will pass them to the manufacturing cloud operators. After the aggregation, the operator further invoked the consumers. That's the whole process. So why do we need to pay attention to the information security of the cloud manufacturing platform? It is because the cloud manufacturing platform is so powerful. These 14 characteristics of cloud manufacturing are listed here, and I've already introduced the details of these characteristics in our survey paper. Okay, and for this part, I'm going to talk about the cloud manufacturing platform information security issues. There are 6 aspects of key safety specification, and I'm going to explain it in 2 pages of our PowerPoint, and this is the first one. Firstly, the key must be produced strictly in accordance with the encryption module of the FIPS 142.13 standard, because the key strength of this standard is sufficient to ensure that the key cannot be cracked by external people. And for storage key, the users must store it according to this standard. And secondly, the keys are not distributed to all authorized users. We need to distribute to some users properly according to their needs, and the information rights that each key can authorize should have strict regulations so that authorized users can only access the data that should be exposed to them. And thirdly, the user should store the key to secure key storage with confidentiality assurance, and ensure that the key should not be used by users who do not have the authority to the key. And if a key has not been used for a long time, the system should monitor all key uses status. The holder of the key needed to be asked that if the key has been lost or it is no longer needed. And if the holder loses the key, the system needs to formulate a key recovery plan. If the user no longer needed to use the key system, the key should be deleted in time to ensure that it will not be used or queried by other people. And then the system should clearly record all the key holders and their uses status, so that when the key leakage is detected, the negative impact of the key leakage can be effectively reduced, and the results of the key leakage zone have minimized. And the last one, once the system detects that a certain key has been compromised, it should be able to revoke and generate a new key as soon as possible. Revoking the compromised key can reduce the information leakage to a minimum, and the newly generated key should be redistributed and authorized to the users as soon as possible to ensure that their work is not interrupted.
As we know that the key security is the most important part of the cloud manufacturing security. Now let's move on to research on the key technologies of cloud manufacturing security. In this paper, we plot 7 types of the key technologies. The first one is the trusted access control. Because service products cannot be trusted to faithfully implement user-defined access control strategies, in cloud manufacturing's model, researchers are concerned about how to implement access control of data objects through non-traditional access control methods. Among them, the most attention is based on cryptography methods to implement access control, including methods of implementing access control based on hierarchical key generation and distribution strategies. Methods using attribute-based encryption, allograms, proxy-based re-encryption, and method for embedding access control trees in user keys or ciphertext. An important problem faced by password-based schemes is permission revocation. A base scheme is to set the expiration time for the key. Every certain time, the user updates the private key from the certification center, but at the present, the above methods are time-bound or restrictive. There are still many problems to be solved in the term authorities, in limited authority delegation. The second one is the separatist retrieval and progressing. For this one, many other characteristics are lost when the data becomes separate. When leads to the failure of most data analysis methods, there are two typical methods for ciphertext retrieval based on the security index method. The security index is established for the ciphertext keywords, and the search index queries the keywords, whether it exists. Compare each word in the ciphertext based on the ciphertext scanning method. Confirm whether the keywords exist. The count of the number of occurrences. The research on ciphertext processing mainly focus on the design of security homomorphic encryption allograms. As early as 20 in the 1980s, some people proposed a variety of the addition homomorphism or multiplication homomorphism allograms. However, due to the proven security frames, the follow-up work is basically at the standard still. And recently, IBM researcher Gentry used the idea lattice mathematical objects construct a privacy homomorphism allograms of full homomorphism encryption, so that people can fully manipulate the data of the encrypted state. And a certain breakthrough has been made in the theory, so that relevant research has regained the attention of researchers. But at the present, there is still a long distance from practically. Now let's move on to the third one. Due to the huge communication cost caused by large-scale data, it is important for users to download the data before verifying its correctness. Therefore, cloud users need to use some kind of the knowledge proof protocol or probabilistic analysis means to retrieve very little data. Judge whether the removed data is complete with a high confidence probability. Typical tests could include a data retrievability proof, which is POR method for the individual verification for users, and publicly verifiable data procession proof, which is PDP method. PDR proposed by NEC Labs. The method improves the processing speed of the POR method and scale the verification objects and can support public verification. Other typical verification technologies include the new tree structure based on the map tree proposed by Yun. Scaffolds the method based on a large break signature proposed by the method based on the BLS homomorphic signature and RS error correction code proposed by Wang. The fourth one is the data provenance protection. The data provenance protection in the cloud involves every stage of the data life cycle. Integrating centralized information flow control, which is DRFC, and different privacy protection technology into the data generation and calculation stage in the cloud, and proposed a privacy protection system, Aerevit, to prevent authority prevents data is leaked during the mapped reduced calculation process, and it supports automatically declassification of the calculation results in data storage and use phase. Malbridge proposed a Salon-based provides a management tool that provides user-centric trust model to help users control the storage and use their sensitive information in cloud. Montemu and others discussed it exists privacy processing technologies include key anonymity, graph anonymity, and data processing, which act on large-scale data to be released. The problem faced at that time some existing solution. Rankville proposed a most data search engine in literature, which can enable the interactive parties to search each other's data to obtain the parties they need, while ensuring the content of the research query not known by the other party. Content that is not related to request during the research will not be obtained. The fifth one is the virtual security technology. The virtual technology is a key core technology for the cloud manufacturing. Cloud architecture provides on cloud computer platforms that use virtual technology must prove security and isolation guarantees to their customers. Sometimes proposed a grid environment based on virtual machine technology. A solution the execution machine Rager proposed two resource management methods that can perceive the hierarchy perceivable and page dying to divine the cater to achieve performance and security as solution. These methods are effective when a solution the cache interface affecting the VM and integrated into a resource management framework of a sample cloud architecture. We paid attention to the security of virtual machine image files in literature. Each image file corresponds to a customer's application. They must have high integrity. Mechanism that can be safety shared is required. The proposed image file management system implements access control, source tracking, filtering, and scanning of image files, and can detect the repair security violations. The sixth one is cloud resource access control. In cloud manufacturing environment, each cloud application belongs to a different security management domain, and each security domain manages local resources and users. The users access resources across domains. Authentication service needs to be set up at the domain boundary to access the shared resources. Users program unfiled identify authentication management. In resource access across multiple domains, each domain has its own access control strategies. When sharing and protecting resources, a shared access control strategies must be formulated for the shared resources. Therefore, it's necessary to support the thesis of the policies. The problem was the first proposed by McLean under the mandatory access control framework. He proposed a three-stage framework of the mandatory access control strategies, which combines two security lattices into a new lattice structure. It's also necessary to ensure the security of new strategies. The new static strategies must not violate the original access control strategy of each domain. To this end, Gong proposed the principle of autonomy and security. Bonnetti proposed an access control strategies. A set legal algebra based on a set theory, combining operations to synthesize security policy. Which proposed a policy synthesis algebra based on changes in authorization status. A large frame construction frames web service strategies synthesis scheme. Sheffield present more than one trusted domain RBAC policy synthesis strategies. Focus on solving the problems on consistency and synthetic strategies with the original domain policy. The last one is the trusted cloud computing. Intelligent trusted computing technology into a cloud manufacturing environment is providing cloud service in trusted manner has become a hot spot in the field of cloud security research. CentOS proposed a trusted cloud computing platform TCCP in the literature. Service providers can provide their user with a closed box execution environment to ensure the confidentiality of a customer's virtual machine. In addition, it allows users to verify whether the less survey products service that are safe before starting the virtual machine. Trust software and hardware and mechanisms to prove its own behavior can be used to solve the problem of confidentiality and integrity of the outsourced data. At the same time, a trusted software token was designed to build to a security function verification module. It required to perform the variable functional operations to outsourced sensitive data without revealing any information. To make the cloud manufacturing safety, the key security is important to it, but also the safety of the cloud manufacturing platform is also important. Now let's look at the security and protection of the cloud manufacturing platform. The security of the cloud manufacturing platform not only needs to ensure its data security only in terms of data transformation, but also needs to protect the security of the platform. Therefore, we need to establish a cloud security technology framework to protect the data security and privacy. This includes the host system layer, network layer, and web application layer. Under the operation mechanics of the cloud manufacturing platform, users are enterprises will outsource the data they belong to the cloud platform service provider, and the cloud platform service provider gains the priority access to the data. A large number of theories, such as the internal staff negligence, hacker attacks, and the failure of the security mechanics caused by the system lie to prevent users from fully trusting of the cloud platform service provider, and the cloud platform service provider cannot provide the evidence that convinced the customers to guarantee these data security issues will be The second one is the cloud manufacturing platform is dynamic virtualization management method for cloud computing will also cause the security problems. If the virtualization software of the cloud manufacturing platform has a corresponding security hole, the user's data may be accessed by other users. The last one is the multi-layer service model of the cloud manufacturing platform will also cause by security problems, especially in current development. Trade-off with cloud computing is a specialization of IT service. That is to say, the cloud manufacturing service provider needs to purchase service provided by other cloud service providers while providing service to outside the world. Therefore, the cloud service users get the provided by the multiple service providers. The multi-layer subcontracting mechanism increase the complexity of the security issues and further increase the security risk. Now let's move on to the conclusion. Through the description of this article, we can see that we have already processed 7 technologies to protect the security of the key, which are trust access control, test retrieval and processing, proof of data existing and usable, data provides the protection, virtual security technology, cloud resources, access control, and the last one, the trusted cloud computing. But the security of this key is still most important issue. We also need to research and discover safer technologies in the future. Cloud computing has security problems, but it still brings the opportunities for the information security. In cloud computing, data is stored certainly, which brings at least 3 benefits of data security: reduce the possibility of data theft, the destruction, and the leakage. This is also one of the most discussed advantages of the cloud computing service providers, which the popularization and the application of cloud computing, user can store their data in the cloud. Or, as long as the users can access the internet, they can access it at any time as needed. Maintenance or repair. It's easier to and the second one is it's easier to monitor the data safety. The data is stored certainly in one or several data centers, and the data center managers can manage their data in unfiled manner responsible for resource allocation, load balancing, software deployment, and safe control, and can more reliably perform real-time data security monitoring and timely backup and recovery of data. In addition, the most significant benefit that cloud computing brings the information security is cloud security. They also called cloud security refers to monitoring the behavior of the software on network through a large number of mesh sites, obtains the latest information on Trojans and malicious programs on the internet, then sending it to survey for automatic analyze the processing, and then surviving the virus and Trojans. The plan is distribute to each silent. Thanks for your time, and my name is Changpu Meng. My teammate is Chen Wang. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you.